Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 20th of December. Here's Kramer's Corner with the daily technical updates. Another bullish day on the US market yesterday, where S&P 500 got closer to 4,800 and previous peak here at 48.18, which is very likely to be tested fairly shortly, maybe even before Christmas. Let's see over the Christmas holidays. The Nasdaq 100 has already taken out its all-time high and is now trading just below 17,000, 16,813. It's back to yesterday, so very strong move there, and it is due to some of the big caps like Tesla, like Google, like Amazon, and Meta, of course. In the Europe market, we have the EUROSTOXX 50 trading a little bit sideways. This correction here is seems to be a little bit. We can't really get its mojo going. So we're now back above the 45.23. So maybe that is what we're going to see here over the holiday periods. That is more or less trading sideways in this range here. So maybe not a correction anytime soon. Well, anytime soon, I would say. Maybe we have to wait until the new year. But we have broken out of the this channel here. But again, there seems to be some strong supports around the 45.23 level. DAX jump back above the 16,760 minus support, minus resistance, and is hovering around that. So the correction is, you can say it's ongoing, because we actually did break below the rising trend line here, but there's still a lot of buying interest, and that's not unusual this time of year. Money coming in after this rally here we have seen the past almost 2 months now, and everyone knows that a lot of new money is coming in after New Year, new pension funds money, and also everyone is trying to keep this up a little bit. Also, AEX Amsterdam trying to push towards the 800. Let's see if it will succeed. I mean, there is no divergence on the RSI, so we should see it. So all these, when I talk about corrections, they are always a little bit hard to say now it is and now it will drop to here and there. We can only talk about possibilities, and for now we are still above the upper falling, or the lower rising. Sorry, I'm babbling here. The lower rising trend line. So as long as we are above that one, I will still keep my longs. Belgium market back above 37.28 and trying to move towards the 38.23, the previous peak here back from July. So if it can take out the spike up here at the 37.80 late last week, well, then we'll see a move towards the 38.23. CAC 40. Also a little bit sideways here. Can't really make his mind up. But again, the trend is your friend, and it hasn't reversed yet. I want to see a break below 75.26 before I call a correction there. But the risk is out there, and you can also see that the RSI is stepping a little bit sideways. There's no divergence on the RSI, so we are still talking about higher, likely higher levels in the CAC 40. Switzerland, a little bit indecisive, but again, there's no divergence on the RSI. It hasn't broken below its rising trend line here on the RSI, but let's see if it can move back above it. Well, then we can see a push towards 11,400. Euro dollar higher yesterday, a little bit sacked back this morning, but 110 is the key level to be tested, and I think we could see a test of it here fairly shortly. But it is struggling a little bit. You can also see RSI is like moving around the 60 line, but we are in a bullish sentiment, and we should see a test of 110. And if it does break above 110 and a change, well, then we are looking at 111.30, which is the 138 to retracement or projection. Cable got set back here this morning. It's 127.35, so it's struggling a little bit. I will do a little bit more deep dive later this morning on cable, on Euro Sterling and Sterling Yen. So there has been some numbers out from UK this morning that has affected the sterling. So I will do a little bit deeper dive on the sterling. But we are in an uptrend, but you can see here it's struggling. The RSI is actually declining, and here the market went up, so we are having some divergence here on the RSI, indicating maybe it can't really move up above 128 and to 129. So it is a little bit of a limbo. So technically, I'll be in a little bit of wait and see position at the moment, because it's sometimes the technical picture is not that clear. Dollar yen can't really get some mojo together here. We spiked higher, but then collapsed the later the session. Couldn't really get up to 145.38 and not even to 146.60, which is the key level to break for some more upside potential here. So I think we'll see dollar yen being range bound in this range here between 141.70 and 145 and a change here for the next few days. These are at least the levels to look out for. Euro yen, a little bit stronger, back above the rising trend line, but now back below. So we have this kind of pivot 157.70 that it can't really hold on to. So if we start sliding lower again, and if we see RSI moving back below 40, well, then selling pressure could come back and try to push Euro yen lower towards 155, possibly all the way down here to test the 200 moving average, and that will be key. But look out for that. If it starts moving above, back above the rising trend line, and it does take out the peak yesterday at 158.57, well, then we could see a move to 159.60, potentially 161.5. So look out for that one. Aussie yen, on the other hand, really strong move yesterday after it took out 96.10. Spiked all the way up to 786 retracement of this sell-off here at 97.5. It is expected to take a little bit of a breather. I think we'll see it sliding a little bit lower, possibly below 97, but then we could see next wave towards the 98.55 peak around here. But let's see about that. I mean, we have the 55 moving average coming up, adding some support. Key will be, can RSI actually close above 60, or will it be rejected as it has been now, and then we'll see a little bit of a setback. So a little bit of a limbo. I will be in a wait and see now here. If I'm long, I would probably take some gains in the pockets. On the dollar index, very close to test the 101.62 support yesterday. It's not unlikely it will do it here the next couple of days, especially if we see higher euro dollar levels. But let's see about it. If it does take out 101.62, well, then we are looking at 101, 187 level here, but there's some support, and the 786 retracement at 100.90. If it does break back above the falling trend line here, well, then we could see a move up to around 103, but I am on the downside at the moment. Gold is slowly crawling higher, and I think we will see a move to above the 2050, still potential up to around 2070. Key will still be the RSI. We need it to get back above 60. Then I think we will see more buyers coming in, lifting it. I think more strength coming into gold. Silver, more or less the same picture, really. If we can get a move back above the 24.30, well, then we are looking at 24.60. And possibly also 25.20 around that level. And I think it is in the cards, so let's see. We still need the RSI back above this 60 level, really there. Copper is really on the move here. 400 seems likely, possibly before Christmas or over the holidays periods. It has taken out this peak here at 393.5. So we are on our way to 400, potentially higher, but there's some strong resistance around that level, but I think we will reach that 400 and plus very shortly. On the energy side, we have, due to some all the troubles in the Red Sea, we have seen oil moving higher, 61.8 retracement of the last leg down here at 75 on the WTI. Is very likely to be tested here, very close to, and I think we'll see a move towards 77 at least, but we also have the 200 moving average coming down, we have the 55 moving average coming down. So that they're kind of putting a lid on that, but it is not unlikely we could spike up to the 79.60, 79.70 strong resistance here if there's some panic going on the Brent crude oil. Currently testing the 61.8 retracement at $80, but I also think we could move up to 82, and then maybe it's a little bit of a stretch. Again, we have the RSI that needs to close above 60. If it does close above 60, well, then there could be further upside potential for Brent crude oil. On the US 10-year, it is sliding lower this morning. Let's see if it's still within this range here we have seen the past few days, but we could see a setback down to around 383. Let's just have a quick look at the future, actually. You can see here how it has moved higher. But it's just stepping sideways, but still 113.08, there is room up to that. If it starts moving below 111.30, well, then we could see a further downside on the future, and thereby higher rates again. All right, that's all for this Wednesday. Have a nice day and happy trading.